just gonna be honest and straightforward today, guys. You know, in life, you just need the buy-in once, just once. When I say buy-in, I essentially mean you need the most tiny bit of proof that it's gonna work once, and that itself is gonna make you stay on track for way longer. So for example, when I first initially was 76 kg, it's quite heavy, I know, especially for my height. I'm only 5'9", and there's not a lot of muscle. There's not a crazy amount of muscle, to be honest with you. So when I lost my first 2 kg intentionally, I said, yes, I'm gonna eat this food and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna try lose some weight. It only took the first 2 kg, not even 2 kg, it took the first 2 kg to make me actually think like, yo, this is actually possible. It only took me 5 kg to be like, yo, I'm gonna go all the way to 10% body fat from 76 kg, which is crazy because 76 kg at 5'8", 5'9", not that high muscle mass, is about, I would say I was probably in my 30% body fat percentages. And then that buy-in made me drop another 10 kg, right? And then I'm dropping 10 kg and I'm like, yo, I'm below 70 kg now. I am 67 kg. Let me carry on until now I'm at a stage where I'm about 63 kg, 63.2, 63.3. And now, because I'm obviously, I would say the main reason I was able to be consistent to get to about, I'll probably say my body fat percentage right now is probably about 18, something around that percentage. And obviously we still got a long while to go to get to 10%. We might have another 3-4 months in. But the buy-in, the fact that I was able to see that little bit of progress, and because I was intentional about creating that progress, right? If I randomly lost 5 kg, that wouldn't give me any buy-in, right? That wouldn't give me any evidence that, all right, maybe this is what I should do. So now I'm at 63 kg. Long story short, my metabolism basically got cooked for a bit because I was doing so much cardio and I was reducing my calories like crazy. So my coach literally put me into maintenance. That's why my face has gone a little bit more bloated than usual, because obviously I'm in maintenance, so I'm eating about 2,300 calories, and before in my cut I was on about 1,800 calories. But you know what, that's part of the process. And you know what's crazy, even though I look more bloated, I was losing weight while eating way more calories and reducing my activity level slightly. And that just made me buy in more. That just made me develop more proof, like, on my days, I should just trust the process. I should just trust the process, right? I got a coach. Yes, even my own coach, the guy's ripped like crazy. He's my height, but he's 80 kg, but of muscle, right? Not fat, of muscle. And I'm just like, all right, let me just trust this guy. Let me retard max and just trust this guy. Why am I overthinking? Let me just trust it. And because I got that buy-in, I don't mean just purchase money for coaching. I mean, I got that mental buy-in, like, oh, yo, you're losing weight. Okay, now you're going into a maintenance. Even if when I didn't lose weight for 2-3 weeks, I was still so convinced because I had so much proof stacked, right? That when I got into maintenance and I started dropping weight, even though I was eating way more calories, I'm just like, wait, what? I'm trusting the process even more. And so getting to 10%, I know that's a journey, right? But I just trust the process now. before, because I would start this, I would start that, but I didn't give it enough time, right? I didn't give it even more than a week, more than 15 days, just to get some buy-in, just to get the tiniest inkling of proof, so that I carried on. So long story short, when you get that buy-in after a very short amount of time, it literally takes a lot shorter than you think. So I'll tell you another example of the buy-in that really changed me recently. So I'm basically trying to start something, right? And then to start what I'm starting, I got another coach, and he's telling me you need to make cold calls to businesses and figure out the market. Essentially, I'm not selling anything, yeah, but I need to figure out the market. I call up a guy, I just said, alright, Bonnet, what would a retard do? A retard would just pick up the phone and just so I was like, alright, cool. I'm not gonna overthink the script, make up this slide, do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna call. I started calling a few people. Yeah, it was a bit uncomfortable, but I just carried on calling. Then I started getting some information. Then I started getting more information, and then alright, cool. Then alright, I look at a few flopped calls. They're like, yo, F off, get the flip out of here, whatever. Yeah. Then I'm like, alright, cool. Feel a bit uncomfortable, but then I just carry on because I'm trying to get more buy-in, right? Then I had a crazy call with some guy. The guy gave me so much knowledge, yeah, and I'm like, yo, I asked my coach, that's obviously a millionaire, what to do. He told me what to do. I just did it. It didn't work. Then I carried on doing it until I got that buy-in, right? I got it to the point where a guy was trying to give me a job, but obviously he works up Newcastle, so I'm not gonna go Newcastle for a job. But wait, what? I just called that guy, and this opportunity opened up for me. Not that I wanted that specific job, but that's in a field that I love, right? So I'm just like, wait, what? So guys, my long story short, man, you just need the buy-in. I'm obviously still doing Uber. I'm still grinding, right? Not necessarily living the life that I want to live, but alhamdulillah, bro, I'm able to make progress towards the life I want, just being a little bit more intentional and just trying to secure a buy-in. And hopefully, with Allah's permission, when Allah gives me that buy-in, just it takes a short amount of time. You know, it took maybe 15-20 calls to get that crazy call with a lot of gems in it, right? I did that, I got the buy-in, and now I'm like, all right, I'm ready to do another. No whatever, like, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do another 500 calls. I don't care, I'm gonna do 500, because now I'm like, okay, I see the process. There's only gonna be more gems that's gonna come out. I'm gonna have more references to compare it to, and I'm just like, wow. So that's a life lesson that I've learned. You need to get the buy-in, guys. And even with my YouTube channel right now, like, look, I know no one's watching this right now, I know, but I got the buy-in of this YouTube channel that I have the intention to make I want to make about 3,000 to 4,000 videos, right, for the next couple of years, maybe 10-15 years, just 3,000 to 4,000 videos. And literally just, I got the buy-in not from any likes, any comments. I got the buy-in from myself, because I told myself I'm gonna try post every day, every other day. And after I hit like 30 videos, I was just like, oh, I've got the buy-in now I'm like, oh, I like this. I get to, the buy-in that I got from YouTube was I get to vent. To be honest, I don't have many friends. I literally don't have any friends. I've got my beloved cousins, I've got my brother-in-law, and that's it. And my brothers, obviously, but that's it. And YouTube as always feels like I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to some people at the same time. So I've got the buy-in for YouTube to be honest, bro, the main reason is because the storage is free, right? My storage was full on my phone, so I got the buy-in. So guys, please, whatever you do, just think, how the hell can I get the buy-in? And then that's what's going to keep you consistent with Allah's permission. I'll catch you man soon though, yeah? Love.